Barry Bonds had a Hall of Fame career through his first 12 big league seasons, and then he ruined it. And you're probably thinking, Nathan, I already know that. But I'm about to tell you today just how good he really was in those 12 seasons. You ready for this? 7 All-Star appearances, 7 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Sluggers, 3 MVPs in 1990, 92, and 93. Finished top 5 4 other times, led the league in WAR, which is wins above replacement for those of y'all that don't know, 6 times, including 4 straight years from 1990 to 1993. And in 1993, arguably his best season of that stretch, had 46 home runs and 123 RBIs, which led all of Major League Baseball. I'm not done. Matter of fact, I'm just getting started. Led MLB in walks in 92, led MLB in walks from 94 to 97 in all those seasons in a row. He had over 30 stolen bases 7 times, including 52 in 1990. Now, the era he played in, 52 is not a lot, but dadgum, that's a lot of stolen bases to me. MLB in OBP and OPS plus from 1990 to 1993. Okay? He led MLB in slugging in 90, 92, and 93. Led MLB in intentional walks from 93 to 97, and he only had 1 season in that stretch where he had less than 26 doubles. Here are his totals from age 21 to 32 from 86 to 97. 1,750 hits, 374 home runs, 417 stolen bases, and 1,094 RBIs. A Hall of Fame career. And to further my point, I'm going to compare him in the rest of this video to 3 Hall of Famers and then get back around at the end to why he decided to use steroids and ruin this Hall of Fame career. I'm going to be comparing Barry Bonds' first 12 years or 21 through 32 age seasons with the 3 guys so you know the context of the statistics you're getting from me. Mr. Willie Stargell, Pittsburgh Pirate legend, was a 5-time All-Star with 2 top 5 MVP finishes in back-to-back seasons in 71 and 72. His 1971 season was really weird. He led the league in wins above replacement. He led the league in home runs with 48, and he also led the league in strikeouts with 154, which is a weird season, but it would fit perfect in modern baseball, okay? He had an above-average OPS plus in every season of this stretch, where 100 is league average for the others of y'all that don't know. The only season in which he did not have at least 20 home runs in this 12-year stretch was his very first season. And then he struck out over 100 times from 1965 through 1972, which is a lot, and that's something Barry Bonds never did in this stretch, was struck out at least 100 times. So for Mr. Stargell's total stats, it would be 1,305 hits, 277 home runs, and 892 RBIs. Barry's better. The second Hall of Fame outfielder, primary outfielder, that I want to compare Mr. Bonds to in this video is the legend himself, Mr. Tim Raines. Mr. Tim Raines was a dadgum dog in his first 12 years of Major League Baseball. Tim Raines was a 7-time All-Star who had 1 top 5 MVP finish in the stretch, won a Silver Slugger in 1986, led MLB in runs scored in 1983 and 87, led MLB in plate appearances in 82 and 83, led MLB in steals with 90 in 1983, led MLB in batting average and on-base percentage in 1986, and only had 1 below average OPS plus season during the stretch, and it was 1991 where he had 98, which is 2 points below league average. So for this stretch for Mr. Tim Raines, that is 1,921 hits, 97 home runs, 723 stolen bases, and 656 RBIs. Barry Bonds was better. Last Hall of Famer I want to compare Barry Bonds to in this video is the legend himself, Carl Yastrzemski, arguably the best player of the 3. In my opinion, the best by far and away of the 3 players that I'm comparing Mr. Bonds to. Y'all ready for this? This man had a hell of a run in the 1960s to start his career. 9-time All-Star, 1 MVP, 2 other top 5 finishes, 6 Gold Gloves, led MLB in WAR in 67 and 68, as well as 1970. Played in all 162 games in 1969, which led MLB in runs and hits in 1967 and 1970, in which he led the league in runs. had only one below average OPS plus season in that entire stretch. Led MLB in hits in 1963. Led MLB in on-base percentage in 63, 65, 68, and 70. Led MLB in slugging percentage in 65, 67, and 70. Led MLB in OPS in 65, 68, 67, and 70. Led MLB in total bases in 1967 and 1970. Led MLB in doubles in 63, 65, and 66. Led MLB in homers and RBIs in 1967. Led the league in walks in 1963 and 68. Led the league in average in 63, 67, and 68. Yes, I read those off my paper, but the man had a dynastic run in the 60s, and I think that's why he's the best player I'm comparing Mr. Bonds to. But his total statistics of that stretch that I talked about, that I pulled my numbers from, is 1,952 total hits, 1,007 RBIs, 269 total home runs, and 116 stolen bases. Barry Bonds had a better stretch overall, but not by a whole lot, than Carl Yastrzemski. You're probably thinking, Barry Bonds was that good and he turned to steroids? Why? And also, I do want to mention I stopped at 1997 for him because that is his last confirmed clean season. Because of why? Answer, 1998, Mark McGwire. He was juiced up more than a lemon in 1998. And here's a quote from the book Game of Shadows that was written about Barry Bonds and the scandal. Barry Bonds was astounded and aggravated by the outpouring of hero worship for McGwire, a hitter whom he regarded as obviously inferior to himself. They write, adding that Mr. Bonds had been around enough gyms to recognize that Mark McGwire was a juicer. It pissed him off that he hit 36 home runs and hit over 300 and nobody was talking about it. But basically, he chose nobody's talking about me over continuing to be clean and continuing to put up, even if he had 4 or 5 more years close to what he'd done before. He was a lock for Cooperstown. In my opinion, and the whole point of making this video, is he didn't need steroids at all to make the Hall of Fame. At all. But his ego and his dadgum pride ruined his Hall of Fame chances. Welcome to the first long-form video on Busted Knee Sports. This will be on the TikTok and the YouTube. Thank you for watching. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button. I love you. Thank you for tuning in.